everybody, welcome back. My name is Abby. I'm with Fitness is Medicine. Today we're going to do another great set of exercises you can do in your home with minimal equipment. The only thing we're going to need today are a set of dumbbells, probably a little bit on the lighter side, and a set of cones or cups. We're going to do a balance exercise. You don't need to have anything fancy for that, just 3 little things you can kind of aim for. And that is it. Okay, so we're going to start off with some push-ups today. So remember to come into these workouts warmed up and ready to go so that you're feeling like your muscles are moving well and warmed up and your heart rate's elevated just a little bit. Okay, so with push-ups, there are a variety of ways that you can perform these, as we've spoken about. You can start against a wall or a countertop, like your kitchen counter works really well. Or you can, if you're ready to lower it down, you can lower it down and do them with your hands on a bench or a chair. Or if you're ready to move to the floor, there's different things you can do. Wrist pain and tightness is probably one of the main things that I hear about when we're doing push-ups. So there's a few different things you can do. You can either use a pillow to kind of give your hands a little bit of an angle, or you can use dumbbells like this so that when you're hanging on to them, your wrists are straighter and not so in this extended position, which can be painful for some people. So you can try one of those, you can move the dumbbells in any range of motion that feels comfortable for you, and just give that a shot. Okay, so we're gonna do push-ups. Remember, you can start on your knees if you need to, but the main goal is to keep your shoulders all the way to your knees in a straight line, or the shoulders to your feet in a straight line. So no elevated hips, and you want your shoulders directly over your hands. Okay, so we're gonna start with 10. If you wanna try a couple on your toes and then drop to your knees, the other way you can do it is start on your toes, lower your chest towards the floor, don't dip your head, and if you need to, you could drop one knee, then maybe drop the other knee. And if you really need to, then you could drop both knees. But your motion shouldn't change. Everything should remain the same, and your angle of that exercise will remain the same no matter where you're doing that from. Okay, great. Now we're going to do, we're going to stand up, so make sure that you stand up slowly so that you don't get dizzy. I'm gonna raise up my camera here. We're going to do side lunges. So there's a variety of ways to think about these and to, do them in different, one side or the other, or which way you come up, things like that. I'm going to use a dumbbell. And today we're just going to we're going to do 10 on one side and then switch and do 10 on the other. Sometimes we alternate back and forth. Sometimes we have an alternate recovery, things like that. When you do a side lunge, you want to take a nice big step over to the side, sit back so your weight is in that heel, come back up. Now, if you've never done these before, I recommend doing them like at your kitchen counter, so that you can use that sink to help you sit back, or use a bar, or use a sturdy railing, something like that. So you can sit back into that heel and you're not going forward, putting shear force through your knee. Keep your chest and head up tall so you're looking forward each time. Keep breathing. You don't have to use a weight here. You can just do body weight and it's plenty. 2 more. You can use a dumbbell, you can use a kettlebell, you can use a medicine ball, a gallon jug of water, anything like that. All right, now we're gonna switch sides. So remember, nice big step back, weight is in your heel. This side is staying straight. This side you're bending and sitting back into that heel. And also notice that my knee is still right over my ankle. So sometimes it's common to kind of go out like that. You want to just stay right over your ankle and just bend at that one hip. 3 more. Reaching with that weight if you have chosen to use one. 1 more. All right, great. Now, we're going to pick up that other weight, and we're going to do a shoulder exercise, lateral raises. So, grab a little bit lighter of a weight for this one. When you pull those weights out to the side, you're only going to stop right at the height of your shoulder, just a little bit below actually. So if you'd like to, you can add a little balance challenge here, a tandem stance or a single leg stance. Sometimes if you have balance discs, you could try standing on balance discs for this. If this is hurting your shoulder, come forward just a little. So it's more of a diagonal raise versus straight out to the side. Also, if that's still hurting your shoulder, maybe grab a lighter weight. I'm going to switch feet here. Or you can bend your elbows and we'll raise them out to the side this way. All that does is shorten the lever. So you can keep the same weight and just shorten that lever. Okay, good. You can use those alterations as needed. Now we are going to stand, preferably with somewhere where you can hang on to something sturdy. I want to do heel raises, so going up on your tiptoes. Now, going nice and controlled both directions, so you're not going to go up and then drop back down. I want to control it both directions. Now, if this is something that feels pretty doable to you, I would like to try it on one foot today. So this is going to make it quite a bit harder. If that's too much, or if you have toe pain or ankle pain or something, stick with the two. It'll be a lot less pressure on those toes. Now I want you to go up nice and tall like you're trying to see over something. 9 and 10. Good. All right, now we'll switch and do the other foot. If you're able to, you do not have to do this on one foot, but this is really good for your ankle and toe and foot range of motion and getting that muscle pump. This is something you can do anytime, anywhere. The stronger you have those feet and lower leg muscles, these are really good exercises for fall prevention. And good. All right. If you're really feeling that, this is a good stretch to stretch out those gastrocs that we just worked. So you can hold each side for a good 30 seconds. And these are stretches you should be doing at the end anyway. I did a video of those a while ago. Maybe I'll do another one soon to put out just the stretches that you should be doing every time after these workouts. Okay, next we're going to lower back down to the floor. And we're going to do a plank. So you can implement those same hand holds that we did for push-ups. And I want to add little marches here. So if you're able to do a full plank, you can do it. Also, you can do these on your elbows. So I'm going to make sure we're going for 30 seconds here. I want to do little tiny marches. So also think about landing quietly. So these are controlled little marches. You don't need to come way up here, just little, while also maintaining your back and your torso should not be going side to side like this. So you want to maintain everything as still as you can with those marches. All right, good. Now, if you can't do those, if you are on your knees and that is all you can do, that's fine. Don't do the marches. That's sort of an advanced move if you're doing the plank and you want to add a little extra challenge. Okay, one more thing. We're going to get back up and do a balance challenge. So remember to stand up slowly, sit up a little bit, start to let your blood pressure regulate, come up to partially, and then come all the way up. Now, we're going to do cone taps. So I don't have any cones here, but I do have some cups. So do this next to a kitchen counter or somewhere sturdy, a banister, a bar, something like that. We're going to make a little triangle with the cups. And I'm going to have you stand kind of in the middle of that middle cup. We're going to tap tap, and tap. Now, if you've set them down and you think you need a little more range of motion, you can spread them out just a little bit. The goal is to stand on that one foot, tap, bring it back to center, tap. We're going to do 5 times through. This is 3. Really focusing on standing on that one leg, being stable. So this is also a good hip stabilizer for that standing leg. One more, tap, tap, come back to center each time, tap. Your goal is to not put your foot down in between. If you need to, of course, that's okay. And to hang on as little as possible. So, tap, tap, tap. Tap it, bring back to center. Tap, bring back to center, tap. Try not to put your foot down in between. 3, tap, 4, and 5. Okay, good. So, no matter what you have, it doesn't have to be cups, it doesn't have to, if you have little cones or if you just have little, doesn't really matter. There's 3 objects, you can put 3 shoes or something, and that's what you're aiming for. Okay, great. So go through those 1 to 2 more times, get your heart rate up in between with a little bit of cardio, and then remember to do all of your stretches at the end and get a good cool down. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.